All right, who wants to do LVMH? It's a foreign company. So it's a little tricky sometimes to do these foreign stocks. And we are adding all the foreign stocks to Godel really soon. So I will show you how to do a foreign stock, and we're going to trade LVMH because I think it's super important for you guys to trade international stocks, and I know that might sound really annoying. But the reality is, like, the alpha is not in NVIDIA. The alpha is not in Palantir. Like, it may not be in LVMH either, mind you. But I'm just going to go to our competitor, who I will not name, since they are not worthy. And I'm basically, you type in mc.pa. And every system is different. PA stands for Paris. On Bloomberg, it's FP, which stands for France Paris. So you just have to know what that is. And this trades in Paris, which is euros. So we're going to do up here, first step, it's the same system, except we're just going to do price euro. Okay? Price euro, and it's 620.80. And that's all we need. It's all we need from the competitor. And instead of saving the ticker, the file as a ticker, let me just reset my webcam so you get the FPS better? Okay. That'll reset in a second. All right. Cool. So instead of saving it as a ticker, what we're going to do is we're going to save the ticker, and then we're just going to add the country code after in spacebar. So when you talk about these stocks, you say, you can actually, if you're a super pro, you just use the local ticker and just say it's MC. But to us, because it's in France, it's MCFP. You could say MCPA. You could do MC.PA. You could do MC-PA. You could do MC-FR for France. Whatever system works for you, just keep it a consistent system. If it were me, what I like to do is I just pick a information terminal and just use that throughout. So to me, Bloomberg is the one to pick, but you don't have to use that one, obviously. Whichever system that you are using for information, you should probably use for that. And so same exact process. We're just going to go to their investor relations website. LVMH Investor Relations. And there it is. Website's here. And they're just going to have, oh, wow, look how classy that is. We're just going to have the same stuff. Now, it's a little trickier. It's a little bit different. There's 75 maisons, for example. There's always a little bit of difference in Europe and different countries. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click around. I'm really just looking for a press release or other financial documents. And I build my model the same way. There's nothing different. Here's some interesting numbers. Let's start putting these in our model. Why not? And we'll just do 2024 for now, and we'll see what kind of information they give us. So they're going to give us, I just had it up. Okay, wines and spirits. What is a spirit anyway? It sounds such a... I mean, I know I'm an evil spirit, but I don't know what else. I got school spirit. But other than that, I'm not sure what a spirit is. You guys know? Is that Henny? That liquor? That liquor? Spirits, what you lose in the bottle's empty. Okay, that's vodka. Does it mean it's distilled? Is that the idea? It's like it has to be distilled? Okay, got it. So it's distilled. Anything distilled. Malts, that malt. Okay, 6 billion euro. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to write you're in thousands. Or it's actually you're in millions. So I can just type in euro millions. There we go. So you know what these numbers mean. They don't mean dollars. So you just put that right there. That's the right spot to put it in. And you can see there's negative 11% growth in wine. But how about fashion and leather? This is their biggest division by far. I'll put these in order, so I'm going to put this there and just... Why not put it in order, right? 42 billion euros of fashion and leather. 6 billion in wine and spirits. Selective retailing. That's like intelligent leverage. Selective retailing. 17,885, 18. That's the only business that grew. Watches. They own Tiffany, so this is watches and jewelry. Perfume and cosmetics. Everything luxury. All right. There's only a few businesses that actually grew. And so there's sort of corporate here. And total revenue should be 86 billion. Correct. 86 billion euro. And then 84 billion euro. Down 2%. But organic growth was up 1%. Feels like a really mature company, doesn't it? It's sort of a MILF. Mature industry I'd like to. That's a good one. Mature incorporation. See if, just looking if I could dump any of the trash the program put me into. Okay, so we still don't know the shares outstanding here. Let's take a look if we can spot that. They also have the profitability. And each business is profitable. They have quarterly numbers, which I'd like to put in the model too. And, you know, there's a PDF here, but what we're really looking for, I think, is the annual report, which is good. Oh, wait, whoa. Actually, here it is. Diluted shares outstanding. Perfect. They even have 2022. Brilliant. This is exactly what we wanted. So you can see, like, the accounting is not that different. It's just the only real big difference you're going to have to deal with is there's no SEC.gov. But that's also why we're building GoDelp. Make it really easy for you. But just because there's no SEC.gov, that shouldn't be stopping you from making money, right? You know, it's a pain in the ass, sure. But you got to do what you got to do. Don't be scared to get to the money at all times. You know how it goes. Yeah, Nigerian stocks, it doesn't matter. I'll trade anything, baby. There's a bid, there's an ask, I'm trading it. Period, the end. Let's fucking go. Someone willing to sell, there's someone willing to buy. I'm in, let's go. So where the dice at? It's Ashley Larry. Where the dice at? So there's about 500 million shares outstanding. So that makes this part really easy. And again, we're in euros here. So this is 310 million euros. I don't know what a euro is worth, but it doesn't matter because I'm dealing strictly within euros. When I buy the stock, I'm buying it in euros. If I short the stock, I'm shorting it in euros. Well, I'm shooting. My man's shooting with me. If I gotta die, my man's dying with me. Not every country has a stock market. And some stock markets are kind of consolidated for regions. You can see that the biggest expense for LVMH is marketing. Actually, making the goods doesn't really cost that much. I'm sure they're still well made and everything. But yeah, 68% gross margin. Man, that's higher than some drug margins. It's crazy. Louis Vuitton keeps more from a handbag than fucking Pfizer keeps from a pill sometimes. That's stupid. I don't like that. The White House said that the U.S. is in a period of economic transition. Yo, hey, that doesn't sound so great. Transition from what? What? Transition, bitch. What? You transition. I ain't transitioning.
Order filled.
Okay, so gross margin 68-ish%. Revenue has been pretty dull, and there's acquisition stuff in here too, so don't mistake that growth for real growth. Doesn't count if you buy a company, right? Right, guys? Am I right? All right, so like honestly, you could arguably start the valuation process now. I mean, you want to be a little more thorough than this, but you also have a cash flow statement here, so you can eyeball the difference between GAAP. It's not GAAP, actually, it's IFRS. And you can see they have like slightly different names for stuff. Instead of CapEx, they call it operating investments. This is the first time I've actually seen somebody call capital expenditures operating investments. It's a very French way to say it, but either way, you can see 37.2 billion cash flow and 41.8 billion of net income. So if you average that, which we could just do by just highlighting these bad boys, we have 13 billion, and what are we paying? 31 billion. Market feels like Groundhog Day, you know. Our investors feel like it's safe to come out or not. It's 2:46 p.m. The market is now green, very slightly. My stupid meta trade's finally up. No solace to me, because I was waiting on that for a while, and the machine put me into tons of shorts, which I'm now sitting on like a loser. Now, I like the market as a short anyway, so I'll live holding this bag right now. I'm holding a huge bag. And it's not Santa Claus. It's not a bag of presents. It's a bag of shit. A bag of coal. A bag of losses. It's all right. I got something for you. Just wait. I'll be right back. I should have ordered a bagel here. That was a mistake. Mistakes were made. All right, what else? I'm cracking off here today. All right, so Louis. I mean, if you look at cash flow, like pretty consistently, you know, kind of endearing. And then, did I do a typo? What's going on here? Okay. Nope. It's just the CapEx was a little lumpy, like your butt. 13 billion cash flow. Let's look at the balance sheet. I mean, I'd imagine they levered to buy Tiffany, but I don't know if they've delevered from that. Oh, that's one difference is a lot of these international balance sheets go in reverse order, especially in Europe. So cash is on the bottom. But other than that, yeah, it's mostly the same. Okay, and then debt, 12 billion euro cash, and debt, at least 12 billion here, another 10 billion there. That's about it. They have to buy the minority interests out. I would say that's dead. But if they're not getting it now, they're not getting the earnings from that now. I'm excluding the earnings. So I should probably exclude that commitment too. I'm okay with that. Okay. So market cap and enterprise value is about the same. So, you're paying 24, 25 times for a company that it really depends on how you think about luxury. Is it something that you Olga's, I'm an expert at quantitative finance, please. I'm trying to do something instructive for you. I'd appreciate it if you didn't, give me some kind of weird backhanded insult. Yeah, so anyway, getting back to reality,
Filled.
do you think that this is a growth company at all? Do you think that this kind of company can grow in a tough economic environment or any economic environment? It depends on really just what do you think the long-term sort of growth outlook is. Now, in a world of AI, perhaps this is the kind of asset that's very safe. I don't know. We definitely will look at 08, the good point, fun coupons. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that quantitative investing is a competitive space, but it is also a space that is still relatively early in my mind. Even though people have been trading systematically for about 40 years, I still think, first off, the majority of trades in the market or the majority of the money managed in the market is not managed systematically. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not managed intelligently. That doesn't mean that the majority of volume isn't managed systematically. So we would have to sort of think about that a little bit more. The question really is just what percentage of trades do you think is actually managed quantitatively? So if 90% of the market's bots and 10% of the market is you, people like us, you have to think that through. Hema, I don't have any opinion on that, right? But I do think if you want to go long the stock, you might have better option than just pressing the buy button. Sorry if you like that. If you didn't like that sound, apologize. I know some people don't like that. Marshmallow, that's weird though. I'm just drinking my coffee, man. Fartcoin's having a little comeback. You'd be surprised. Luxury tends to hold up even in a bearish economy. In a bearish economy, people need to signal more than ever. Yeah, it's sort of rude to make weird slurping sounds, I agree. Right, I'm looking for... I don't mind this website so much. I mean, I just like studying financial statements. It's no big deal, right? It's just what I like to do. Thanks. That's a good-looking fun coupon. So they grew. I'm more curious about 19, but yeah, they grew throughout the 2 years before the crisis during. I'm not sure about the year after, but I'm sure it was fine. Different kind of financial models here. Okay, she was the cover girl for the 2023 numbers. Not woke at all. She looks French too. We do not do diversity, inclusion, and equity and inclusion. Christian Dior. 14th century, wow. Moet from 1765, Hennessy from 1772. These are the classic. Tiffany. It's interesting, fashion doesn't seem to last that long. LV. The drinks last longer than fashion. Fendi's been going 100 years, but not many others. Bulgari. Am I missing something? I mean, there are no fashion. Okay, I see Fendi. Celine, Dior. Okay, Dior's 1947. Givenchy, 1952. I mean, the rest are pretty recent. Hublot was when I was born. Marc Jacobs, of course. Armand de Brignac. Isn't that a 50s thing? Oh, they bought Burberry? Burberry was public forever. What do you guys notice? What do you guys notice? This is fucked. fucking disgusting right here. DeQuantinium. What's his last name again? Cubidius. Cubidius DeQuantum. No, it's DeQuantum Cubidius. Oh shit, ethics is holding back scientific innovation and progress. Yo. Oh no. Workday bid on deceased workers' PTO. Fucked up, man. It's fucked up. Oh, so they had I think they had a big acquisition benefit here. I should probably wait for financial statements, but I see here in 2021, they did. Is that right? No. Okay. This is just the business for wines and spirits. Got it. Different. Phew. That makes way more sense. Okay, now fashion and leather or something like that. Let's see. Here we go. That's a lot of growth. Must have been, let's see if there was an acquisition there. Maybe they just did well. Whoa, is that who I think it is? Kim Kardashian. Oui, oui. This is old lady. Perfume. Watches and jewelry. Okay, selective retailing. Oh, they have Sephora. When did they buy Sephora? What the hell are the numbers? God damn it. I can't believe I went through all that without seeing a financial statement.
Order partially filled. Order filled. Order filled.
SPY coming back down a little bit here, not too much.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
Selling some calls on Rigetti, which I've been using to hedge my position. I covered a very small amount, say 5% of my position at 768, so at 797, I kind of feel like growing the position a little. It feels like, you know, an attempt to rally was made, and it did not go great. But the problem I have is I can't increase my short because it's hard to borrow here. So the only thing I could really do is do it on IonQ. The problem with IonQ is, I mean, it's probably the same shit, isn't it? You know, there's been a drop in the stock. I mean, it's dropped 50% just in the last month or two. So I don't want to press it too hard. I mean, I'm pretty exposed as is. But at the same time, I want to profit greatly if it drops, which I think it will. But, you know, I can't rule out the stock going to 21 or 22 or something. It's possible. So maybe I just hang in there. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let me look at QBTS. Thank you. Hard to borrow as well, but let me see. I had QBTS 5 calls. Very small amount though. Yeah, I should have shorted more QBTS when I had the chance. I don't have that big of a position. It's not tiny, but it's not huge either. It's, I mean, by any normal standard, it's a fairly big position, honestly. But with these, this is a special trade for me. I mean, I've literally put 3 months of my life on hold to short quantum computing stocks.
Order partially filled.
That's how confident I am in this. That's how like crazy this is. Talking to quantum physicists around the world. What am I missing? QUBT is such a like
filled. Order filled.
I'm never upset shorting more QUBT, but it just feels like a some weird, you know. Ullman, who are you talking about? Boeing? Okay, we can look at that soon. Keep that in mind. I keep that in mind, fam. No, VCs don't really invest in quantum. It's the baggies that are funding quantum. Like I said, IonQ would have loved to found somebody to buy the 16 million share secondary, and that's what Goldman and Morgan Stanley are made for, literally. I think the rally was just relief rally and short covering and just short-term market kind of, you know, gyrations. Interactive annual report. Consolidated financial statements. A little more useful. Okay, I mean, so they actually were a growing company. Pretty substantial growth here. %, and then 9%. There's somewhere in here you have the, right here it looks like, you have the, maybe actually right here, you have the Tiffany acquisition, but let me see.
But yeah, basically all finance boils down to two things: growth and risk. Will there be growth? What are the risks to the current business and or the growth? Yeah, I'm trying to see if this French financial statement, if we're talking about the same thing with CapEx. Interestingly, CapEx used to be really light for them. So they actually had more free cash flow way back when,
Order partially filled.
which is really bullish. This could be good. This could be good, boys and girls. This could be good.
Order filled.
Okay. January 7th, 2021 was the acquisition. So that would have impacted full year 2021. Jan 7th, 21, Tiffany closed. Agreement signed 11/29. I think they went through some litigation as well. 13.1 billion euros. Okay, they bought Piedmont maybe. They bought Armand de Brignac for very little. Was that 50s? Or I don't think it was all of it, right? Ace of Spades. Oh, it was Jay-Z, wrong guy. Bought the company for 30 million. I flipped the script. Flip the script. 390 million US. We, Mr. Jay-Z. We don't trust your black ass. Mais oui. Vous êtes noir. Okay, so they do a couple. They've done some deals. But nothing huge. It looks like the last few years there haven't been too many acquisitions. I do want to see a few more years, just in case. Google's putting another 750 in Anthropic. God dang. Google and Amazon own Anthropic. It's like a joint venture. Okay, LVMH is kind of the shit. This company's shit. Hove. Yeah. Yeah.
Filled.
LVMH, pay me. Yeah. Hove. H to the Izzo. Look at that growth. What the fuck? Who'd they buy? They're definitely not growing 44% by themselves. I don't believe that for a minute. I don't believe that. Hell no. How'd they do that? Magic trick? This is the grow. Okay, this is the console. Okay, so they. This was the Tiffany year. Most of Tiffany was here. Got it. Pretty simple. Ace of spades, dog. It's 50. 50 has, what is the shitty 150 has? Not me, Otto, not me. What about D-Wave? It's up. Yeah, it's been up all day. It's a little rally here. It's hard to borrow. I can't short it. Like, I mean, I could sell some calls here. Let's see.
Order filled.
I'm selling my insurance, but that's fine.
Order filled. Order filled.
Smack it down a little. Where do you think you're going? That's what I say to my cat.
Order partially filled. Order filled. Order partially filled. Order filled.
Okay, somebody wants to smack it up. I am. I mean, it's D-Wave. It's like the shittiest company in planet Earth. It's like it can't rally. For very long, at least. Ah. Oui. 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 Okay, Spirits has been pretty choppy. It's gone from 5 billion to like 6 billion with acquisitions. That's with acquisitions. Fashion and leather has been where they killed it, man. I mean, they doubled their fashion and leather business in 4 or 5 years. I mean, that's pretty crazy. I don't know what's grown that business so bad, so much. Perfumes has also done pretty well. Watches and jewelry is where Tiffany came from. They basically didn't have much going on there. They tripled the size of their business through that. And then retailing's done really well. I mean, this is a growth company. Just because last year was tricky, doesn't mean this is really impressive growth. Maybe that Arnault guy knows what he's doing. And with luxury, as the world becomes more wealthy and stuff like that, luxury just sort of continues to grow.
Order filled.
This is 21, 207, 248, 36, 150. Okay. Excluding the Tiffany deal. They have 75 Maison. Okay, so what's fashion and leather for them is, of course, they don't break it out by brand, which is a little annoying, but let me just put that here on the front page. It's Louis Vuitton,
Order filled.
Christian Dior. Isn't Dior still public? Marc Jacobs. I'm writing the ones I know first. Givenchy. I don't know who these other guys are. Remo is a new deal. Berluti. Oh, Fendi. Fendi I'd put even above Celine. Feline, whoops, Fendi. And Market, I don't even know. I see Celine ads. I don't know what they do though, what their clothes are. Petto. Lo. Laura Piana. Emilio Pucci.
Order cancelled.
Okay, is market closed? Okay. That's all she wrote. Our market fell a bit into the close there. Except for T-Wave. Except for T-Wave. Odd. Let's do the final P&L for Quant. Okay, so negative 2,800. Again, yesterday was up 1,750, so down 1,000 over 2 days. Not bad for some experimenting. And then for the commission, today we would have been up $1,000 if it wasn't for commission. And just based on my eyeballing of it, yesterday would have been up 2,700. So 2,700 plus 3,500 in 2 days if you excluded commissions, which obviously we pay the commissions. But again, I see the interactive system where they're saying that we can pay probably half of the commission rate basically right up front. So that's good. Yeah, I'm just trying to see how much that would be. It's about 4,000 a commission over 2 days. So yeah, we'd make $1,000. I mean, over 2 days, but not bad for a first program and a first try. Of course, still too early, way too early to linearize that. Can't make that a linear thing. Okay, so that was fashion and leather as of that date. But I kind of want to see what it looked like before that. Now, selective retailing is Sephora, Le Bon Marché. Is that the Good Day? DFS. I haven't heard of any of these. Cheval Blanc. Isn't that the pen? Yves Gauche. Okay, there's watches and jewelry. Oh, they have Tag Heuer too. All right, well, let's see if I can find one more year. Van more. Why not? The Passing of Virgil Abloh. That was their designer, right? Il est noir aussi. Oh, that was Off-White. It's an Off-White. Oh, that's where is that where the Lil Uzi Vert? That might have been just him saying Off-White. It's an Off-White. Okay. Watches and jewelry declined that year. Pyrex Vision. Oh, is that why? Is that why the Jay-Z has that song? I love that song. Jay-Z. Seen It All. This is one of Jay-Z's best sort of storytelling verses. Pyrex, we use that in the lab, buddy. It's not just a crack cocaine thing. I have Pyrex game, okay? Who's in Paris? Oh.
Blow, fuck him. Nigga. Nigga. Fuck that shit, nigga. Nigga, you hoes. Fuck. Gay. Shit, real shit. Shit, real shit. Shit. Shit, shit. Real shit, shit. Meth man.
And we're doing some videos.
Niggas, shit, dope, cocaine. Gay.
You like the double entendre? 2020 Pyrex Vision catch a contact, like contact lens, but actually contact high, standing next to my kitchen. His kitchen, of course, being the place where he cooks drugs. Pan flute. Is it a pan flute? Maddie's fucking hilarious. I love you guys. Maddie's cool. Oh, whoa, what's this? What's this? What's this? Extra disclosure in 2020 that no longer applies. 52 million bottles of champagne. 94 million bottles of cognac. God damn, that's a lot of brain damage. Oh, look at this. They never broke this out again. Half champagne, half cognac and spirits. Actually, a little bit like 60-40 cognac and spirits. Cognac, bitch. Okay, then they got here, type of revenue, retail, wholesale, and licenses. Asia, the biggest market for fashion and leather goods from Louis Vuitton. Europe, excluding France, about the same as United States. Shit is all backwards, man. Come on, man. Asia. It's all Asia. It's all their fucking businesses in Asia. Look at this, 40%, 40%, 40%. You know, fucking... Don't they have their own luxury shit? Okay, retailing, you know, is the US, so that's mostly Sephora, I think. Interesting, interesting. Yeah. Kanye. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this thing. The Asian thing scares me. I'm not afraid to say that. What if Asia goes into recession? I mean, China, you know, if China has a big recession, I mean, China, 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 China. 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 Don't tell me how to say China. I know how to say it. China. They call it China. China. Oh shit, I have to do a conference call at 4:30. China. 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 Okay, so 2020 was the COVID impact. Sales dropped 17%, but then rebounded. Little extra plus with Tiffany. Here's what I'll do. I'll do equals rate. This is 6 years. I'm going to do negative 46.8, and then I'm going to adjust. I'm proud of myself here. I'm going to adjust the 2024 numbers to take Tiffany out, just to get the organic, which is around 5 billion. So let's just call it 80. I mean, 9% revenue growth, organic revenue growth for such a big company is fucking amazing. The China exposure, I don't love it, but that's a lot of growth, man. Is the Chinese consumer tapped out? If America is any indication, never. They did 16 B in cash flow in 2021 on lower sales. I mean, it looks like they're just kind of like investing pretty substantially. Like next year's cash flow can be pretty high. Yeah. I like this LVMH. And for a large cap, like where you can short Walmart and Costco against it, buy LVMH. It's much cheaper, much more growth. Why the fuck would you buy Procter or any of these other ones? I don't know if we can get credit card data from China. China. We can get data though. I can definitely get some data. I mean, look, last year was not so hot. And yeah, India, I guess India is a long-term bull market probably for these guys too. Indians and Chinese are kind of both like super typecasting here. Yeah, no, I am extrapolating. It's possible they've saturated the world's global goods. Yeah, Ferry, but typically, you know, there isn't much slowdown for luxury, even in... It's really the other way around, like... The people buying this luxury stuff aren't affected by the recession anyway. Maybe on the margin, but... Last recession, Louis grew right through it. But yeah, Indians are conspicuous consumers. I don't know if I believe that, Max. They grew before in the 08 recession. So if the 08 recession didn't stop anyone, I don't know what's going to. Bunch of haters. China. I'm going to name, yeah, you should make a fashion brand called Veblen. That'd be fucking funny. Every professor would laugh. I mean, how do you bet against Bernard Arnault? He's like the Steve Jobs of Europe. Oh, did they grow in 08 by acquisition? Veblen.ai. It's still, look, recessions don't last forever. It's not like it doesn't get priced in. You know, it's a lot more priced in for these guys than it is for Costco and Walmart. What's up, Slism? Slizime? Yeah, I'll pitch that to Kanye, Emmanuel. That'd be funny. What's a Veblen good? He's super smart, man. I see. Conspicuous consumption. Smart as a rapper. Yeah, LVMH is more than reasonable. I would say it's attractive. Now, they do have to grow again. But, you know, these are good brands. You know, they have an eye. They also have like this talent for acquisitions, man. They're very good at that. I mean, they have a lot of brands. They have Sephora, they have Tiffany, and you know, if it's saturated, then look at the revenue growth. Fashion and leather. 18 billion to 41 billion. I mean, they've been getting it right. Now, look, if you're telling me they're going to go through a 10-year protracted, you know, time frame where they're not going to be getting the fashion right, and fast fashion is going to rise or something like that, and you know, it's all over, and Shein is taking over. Sure, but in terms of luxury, haute couture, there's really not many other things. I mean, they could lose share within haute couture, and haute couture can lose share across kind of like the fashion industry, but I don't know. Yeah, it's all APAC exposure. I would agree with that. Berkshire is always a good place to park money, as long as the price isn't crazy. Well, LVMH has been good money. There are more independent fashion brands than you think, but Capri is there. Some of the Italian houses are independent.